Dear Professor Ridwan, good afternoon. I'm very glad to make our presentation here. And my partner is Yang, and I is TIANLE. And our topic is English in Caribbean and Southern Africa. And Yang will especially introduce Caribbean English for you, and I will introduce Southern Africa English for you.
Let's have a look at the Caribbean. It's a subregion of the Americas that includes the Caribbean Sea and its islands, some of which are blah blah, so on. And this region is southeast of the Gulf of Mexico and the North American mainland, east of Central America and north of South America. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Yu. Okay. So our content is about 4 parts. One is history, second is role, and the third is linguistic features, and the fourth, also the final, is conclusion. And the history in Southern Africa. English contact in South Africa came in 1795 with the arrival of the British. Many British settlers came in 1820, and many teachers were brought over to teach English, with English soon replacing Dutch as the official language. English has been an official language since 1814. In 1910, with the establishment of the Union of South Africa, English and Dutch, replaced by Afrikaners in 1925, became the official language.
Okay, about the Caribbean, the colonization process occurred rapidly, and other languages were abandoned, making English as the sole native language of this community. But its history is not uniform. Like Jamaica, it earned independence early, but were British colonies until 1966. Unlike most of the Caribbean islands, the Bahamas was not a stable plantation colony. All these differences affect language development. Yeah.
And the role of English in South Africa. In Namibia, English is official language, but is used by only 7% of the population. World Facebook cited in Kachuru and Nelson. In Botswana, the national language is Setswana, but English plays an important role, although spoken by about only 2.2% of the population. Ministry of Labor and Home Affairs, cited in Simija and Maham. In South Africa, English is used as a first language by those of British descent and by younger generations of those of Indian descent, but as a second language for those who speak African languages and Afrikaners as a first language.
And about the rule of English in Caribbean. It is the official language of a number of Caribbean nations, including AB, Bahamas, Barbados, and so on. But only Jamaica lists its English Creole alongside English as a co-official language. Although Bajan is a recognized regional language in Barbados. Thank you.
Thank you, Yang. Okay, so let's turn to the third part, linguistic features. As a result of a reduced vowel set, some vowels are merged. There are B vowels A and B are merged as A in many Indian accents, and the D and the E differences in some accents are not maintained, with the vowels often merged as A. and it discloses exotic dental fractals, as you can see on the screen.
Yeah.
And its variety specific compounds and examining different words, compounding specialized meaning and semantic extension, like a hotel, a restaurant, or cafe, not necessarily with lodgings. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
About Caribbean English, its linguistic feature lie in sounds like vowel modules. They appear such as vowels in minimal pairs. For example, bird, bud, body, cat, coat, baby, and so on. And rhetorically, it tends to be non-rhetoric across most of our region. Yeah, except in Bajan, which is fully rhetoric. About the consonant clusters. In Togonian English, sounds are omitted in consonant clusters, such as from becoming form and smell becoming mild. And its high rising tone. A high rising intonation tends to be a long running characteristic of Bahamian English. And thank you about her vocabulary. Its aspect. In the Bahamas, its instructions such as you are, I am, and he is over there. And its tense is often indicated in Caribbean Creole English through use of markers for sitting words. About the auxiliary words. They use double modals. He might could come. This is very common, not in Bahami. And gender pronouns. Gender pronouns are also pervasive, perhaps due to the influence of say first. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so it's the final part of our presentation, conclusion. So, about which conclusion we'll get? Let's see. English usage is widespread in South Africa, but it is not always mastered by the entire population, creating inequalities. For example, in the Botswana parliament, all members can speak Setswana, but English is often used. In the case of South Africa, attitudes are more community specific. For example, with a history of apartheid, white Afrikaners may see English as a threat to their identity and culture, while South Africa Indians, as well as the Black community, may view it positively.
Yes, I think the conclusion of Caribbean English is introduction, page 4. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for listening, dear professor.